What up, everyone? So we are almost done with the boxes of November, and I think I actually might be able to get through them before December's boxes come, which is quite a big deal because there were a shitload of boxes in the month of November. So anyway, almost there. We've got comic blocks, sorry. So let's take a look at what kind of comics we got this month and give it a review. First, we got a shirt. No surprise there. Let's take a look at this. Come on, unfold. Alrighty. So it looks like Batgirl in the classic Rosie the Riveter pose. Alright. Obviously from Shirt Punch. Got the Gildan soft style, no surprise there. I think that's pretty cool. I like the design. I like the style of it. The quality's decent. Gildan's not the best at quality. Semi-fitted, so that's pretty good. It seems like a little bit more geared towards girls, but I don't think guys would have a problem wearing this. I think this would be fine for either one. So yeah, I'll give this like a 7 out of 10. This is pretty good. I like that. And it's not too cheesy. It's not like this is more of a joke than a crossover. It's kind of a crossover, but not one that's too ridiculous. So I get it. The whole like women power thing, Rosie the Riveter, like I get that. Like, alright, that makes sense. I'll take that. 7 out of 10. That works for me. I think I might actually wear that one. Pretty cool. Then we actually got a little item in here. This looks like, it says comic blocks, so I'm assuming it's exclusive. We got a little itty bitty Thor hammer. The Mjolnir. Whatever, however you pronounce it. I always forget how to pronounce it. But yeah, we got a little tiny Thor hammer. So this is awfully small. This is very tiny. I've seen similar keychains that have a big one, which is actually not that great because no one wants to carry that around. So this is more appropriate, so you're not carrying anything heavy. But yeah, just a little tiny Thor hammer, nothing special. But yeah, that's cool. It's nice to get a collectible along with it. Alright, let's start looking at these comics. First, we got Star Wars #1. And this looks like it says Fan Expo on the bottom, so I'm assuming it's exclusive to Fan Expo. I'm actually not familiar with that. I'm assuming it's some kind of convention. But yeah, I'm assuming that's just an exclusive cover. Star Wars #1, they printed so many copies of this. There were so many, I think there were a total of like 60 variant covers for the #1 issue of Star Wars. Like, Marvel and Disney are very obviously trying to push Star Wars. Like, it's a big movie, it's a big deal, everyone loves it, but they're really pushing it. So I'm pretty sure the #1 issue of Star Wars, the whole re-release comic of it, I think it had like 60 variant covers. I think pretty much everyone got their own variant cover. They were pretty frivolent with those, but it's still cool, and it's still collectible, so that's cool. So I'm excited for the new movie. That seems pretty cool. But yeah, exclusive cover, Fan Expo. That works. Next, we got a sealed comic. Oh, cool. So this is Pacific Rim. It says Tales from the Drift. So that's actually pretty cool. So something I've noticed about this box, they kind of give, somewhat random series. They're not totally random, but they're obviously ones you usually haven't heard of before. Star Wars is obviously a given one, but like last month we got like Back to the Future and Lara Croft and stuff like that. This one's Pacific Rim, and I actually really liked the movie. I wasn't too familiar with the series before the movie, but I thought the movie was pretty cool. I don't think it was like a major blockbuster. I don't think a lot of people went to see it, but I did, and I really liked it. I hope they make more of those movies. I genuinely thought they did a good job. And I like the whole concept of it. Well, everyone grew up with a show similar to Pacific Rim where there was robots and monsters battling, something like that. So I really like it, and this one looks genuinely cool. It says comic block in the corner, so I'm assuming it's an exclusive cover and not the whole issue. But yeah, that's really cool. I enjoy Pacific Rim, the series, and it's sealed, bagged, and boarded, so that's very cool. I'll actually check that out. That seems pretty nice. Alrighty, next. So like I said with the somewhat randomness here, so we got Howard the Duck. So I'm kind of assuming that he's going to make a resurgence of some kind. So Howard the Duck showed up at the ending credits scene of Guardians of the Galaxy. So, he might show up in that movie, but he had his own movies in the 80s, I think it was. And I think it was, can't remember who it was, but Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. You guys know who it is who directed it. Famous guy. But anyway, he had a movie in the 80s, and I think it did terribly. I think it bombed, and it's notoriously bad. But I like the concept of Howard the Duck. I think he's a cool character. He's just kind of like a wisecracking duck, and he seems pretty chill. So I hope he does make a resurgence because he seems like he could be a cool character, and maybe he will show up in Guardians of the Galaxy. This one, I'm trying to see if it says exclusive anything. Doesn't look like it does. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'll have to read up on it a little bit. But as far as I can see just from the cover, it doesn't show anything exclusive. So this might just be a regular issue. But it's still #1, which is cool. So I like that they're putting #1 issues. So yeah, Howard the Duck, #1. And our last issue. Another Star Wars comic. This one is Vader Down. So I've heard of this one. I think Vader's getting his own like spin-off comic series because I've heard a few things about it. And as most of you know, the whole Star Wars franchise is going to have a lot of spin-off movies. So from what I've heard, we're going to have a Star Wars movie every single year for the next like 7 years or something like that, because the actual Star Wars like 7, 8, 9, and then like the Rogue Nation ones, and there's just going to be a lot of spin-off movies. So obviously Vader has his own comic now, and this one does say comic block, so it's a variant cover, #1 issue. That's great, so that seems really cool. Alright, so yeah, so obviously comic block is nothing but comics. That's what you'd expect, a t-shirt and one collectible. So that was all the items in here. I'm going to do a little research and figure out like what the prices are on these comics. Then we'll come back, give it a value, and give this box a rating. See you soon. Alright, we are back. So let's talk about some value and give this box a rating. So, t-shirt, like I said, 7 out of 10. I think the quality's good. Looks like a nice print and design. I think most people would enjoy it. Get the standard $12 to $15 value on the shirt. Our little keychain. I'm going to give this a value of like $5. It's comic block exclusive, but I don't think that adds any value to it. The regular one, the branded Marvel one, like the full-size one, you can find for like $5 or $6 in a comic shop. So for this one, I'll give $5, and you can find this online for around $5 with free shipping. So nothing super special about it, just kind of like a nice little filler in there. But that's still cool. Then, on to the comics. So, our Star Wars #1 variant from Fan Expo. Like I said, there are a lot of issues printed on the #1 and a lot of variant covers. This one isn't particularly rare. I don't think Fan Expo's super amazing that people are seeking this out. Still a cool cover, but this sells online for like 10 or 12 bucks, like give or take a few dollars here or there. So, like 10 to 12 on that. So, nothing that special about it, but still a cool comic. Pacific Rim. Like I stated before, I don't think it's a super popular series. I thought the movie was cool, but I don't think there's a huge fan following, and I don't think there's a lot of following for the comic book in general. So this was also exclusive, but this one was only running about 8 to 10 online, so that'll get a value of $8 to $10. Our Howard the Duck. So this is a #1 issue, which is nice, but nothing exclusive about it. Not exclusive to the box, not exclusive to anything. So this is not rare whatsoever. In fact, you can find this online pretty easily for like $1, including shipping. There are a lot of people selling it for $1 online with free shipping. So, but I'll still give it the value that it's at least printed, which is $4.99. So I'll give it a $5 value because that's what it would cost in a comic shop. So, but you could find it cheaper online. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and just say $5 on that. And our last one, Vader Down. This one was actually somewhat, not super rare, but somewhat sought after. I think this is a short mini-series that they're doing. I think it takes place between episodes like 5 and 6, I believe. But anyway, this one's a little bit more expensive. This was running for about 18 to 20 online, and that's on the low end. So this one actually fetches a decent amount, and it seems like a cool comic too, so 18 to 20. That being said, with those values, on the low end, we're at 58, and on the high end, we're at 67. This box only costs $20. So obviously you have to want to get comics to get this box. But, you know, that's tremendous value. You're getting pretty much triple what you paid for if you take in the resale market on these comics. But the cool thing about it is, even if you don't take into consideration the resale market, like if you had no interest in selling it or the value of it, you just want to enjoy comics, even taking these comics at face value, giving them each a value of $5 a piece, which I think most of them are printed on as $4.99 a piece. Even at that, the box's value is at like $37. So even on the face value of the comics and of the keychain and shirt together, you almost still get double your value. So this is quite a nice little box here. You get really decent value, and if you didn't like any of the comics and you did want to resell it, you'd have no problem flipping these around. So most of them seem like they'd be able to sell pretty easily and make you maybe a little bit of money. So I'm going to give this box a 7 out of 10. The only reason it didn't get higher is because, like I said, the comic series are somewhat random, and that's the only thing I didn't like about it, is that you kind of get 4 random series in there. Like, there's good ones, they're good comics and all, but it's just like, it's 4 new series. Like, I almost kind of wish there was a little bit more of like a theme or something like that. Or even if the box, when they give you 4 comics, maybe like 4 in succession to each other or something like that. So that's just personal taste though for me. So, but other than that, I don't think this box is for everyone. I think it was specifically for comic readers, not necessarily comic collectors, because you're just getting sporadic issues here and there. So they could improve that a little bit, but I feel like that's just being nitpicky. But if you are just interested in reading comics in general, I think this one's definitely for you. But other than that, it's kind of up to you whether you'd want to be interested in that or not. But so I think 7 out of 10 is just fine. But you guys can let me know what you guys thought about them, if you would be interested in something like this or not. Anyway, this has been Comic Block. Shirt 7 out of 10, box 7 out of 10 as well. Let me know what you guys thought. See you on the next video. Love you all. Peace.